Gotta stay up and get those midnight votes in.
Should be live momentarily. Hey all, this is JDAcer64, sort of doing a playthrough of Lost Levels for fun. Sorry about the stuttery capture card. I'm not really sure what's going on there, and I can't really do anything about it. And let me know if audio is horribly balanced, and I'll try to mess with it later. Anyhow, let's get started. And joining me is Cloudy Canine, just sort of silently in the
Hey, y'all.
background. So, I only get this choice once. Should I be Mario or Luigi?
Hmm. I'd say stick with Mario just because it's what you're most familiar with.
Yep. I reckon we'll play through Mario with the numbered worlds.
I feel like with this game especially, if you're so used to playing as Mario, playing as Luigi might throw you off.
I'm gonna have to move closer to the screen. I can't.
Yeah, so far the stream looks fine though, to me.
Yeah, it's like a very slight. Well, that was bad. I don't trust myself to not bump off the top of that. Oh no! Poison mushroom in a bonus area. Whose idea was that?
It's a good thing you knew about that. I sure wouldn't have thought to check up there.
Ah, that was just bad. Ah, that was also bad. I was trying to land the timer on a 2. I don't know why I bothered, like, going for the top of the flagpole. Yeah, in this game, if you get fireworks, with the last digits of your coin and time matching, that's what makes you get fireworks.
Does that like give you extra points?
Yeah, if you do that when you have both of the coin digits identical as well, you get a 1-up.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, I forgot there was a fire flower. I can't really do anything about that.
And I always forget that you can't, like, scroll the screen back left in Mario 1.
Yeah. Dang it.
Well, and Lost Levels, obviously. Especially in Lost Levels, because I imagine there's a few times where if you scroll the screen too far, you could kind of screw yourself a little.
Yeah. Well, drat, I think I want the fire flower, but I also want one of the 1-ups. There's like 4 items here. 2 1-ups and 2 fire flowers alternating.
And it's really hard to, like, distinguish the mushroom colors for me.
Yeah, you just sort of, you have to know.
Especially since the palettes are different in the underground levels.
Yeah, like the green becomes blue.
Kind of bluish.
The brown becomes also blue. Shoot, I need to be watching my coin counts. I am really
Trying
bad
to get
at
the coin
stairs
chip.
today. I don't know why, but all of the underground and underwater levels in this game have like that weird, like, pair of blocks there in case you just miss.
It's too bad you don't get a 1-up for hitting the top of the pole, though.
Yep, new super introduced that. I mean, this game technically did, but it was based on height only in that game. Also, that was a last second save there.
Yeah, I thought you jumped on that blooper there. I was like, how did you do that? Oh, wait, you can jump on them.
Yeah, this isn't water. My
I just kind of assumed that you had to avoid the bloopers at all costs.
Yeah, in this game, if you get 10 coins in the, like, -3 level of each world, then a 1-up will appear in the next world's first level. In the original game, you had to get all the coins, in this one you only have to get 10.
Never knew about that mechanic.
But yeah, and I think you also have to clear both the dash 3 and the dash 1 level on the first try. Otherwise, it's just gone. You can also collect the 1-up if you continue from that world or if you warp to that world. But we're not warping because we want to show off World 9 if we can help it. I have not.
Do you have to avoid warps to get there?
Yeah, you have to not take any at all, including the backwards ones.
This will be new to me because, like, every time I've seen this game played, they always use warps.
Yeah, I passed up 3 separate warp zones in World 1-2. See, this game doesn't have they fixed the whole minus world issue by making every single warp zone only have 1 pipe in it. There are warp zones to basically every world in the game.
And some that take you back a few worlds.
Particularly the number worlds. There are warps for every world from 1 to 8. Just 2 of them go backwards.
I always liked New Super Mario Bros. DS's like secret warp cannons. I remember the one in like the first fort to get to World 5 was like really well hidden.
Yeah, that was bad there. I don't know how one could go about getting in that fight more safely with Mario. That's the type of thing that I think Luigi might be able to do a little early. Maybe not, honestly, because Luigi accelerates slower, so you couldn't do like the corner jump. I don't think you can with Mario either, but you definitely couldn't with Luigi. You have to do this to get over here. Oh, and that was not worth it at all. Well, there's 2 lives wasted.
Come on, Mario. Can you, like, slide down the very, like, half-quarter of that pipe there?
I couldn't tell how far the screen was scrolled. I thought I'd be able to build up speed for a corner jump.
Also, hey, Dark Mario joined us.
Anyone in chat? I have not been able to keep up.
I haven't noticed any yet. Yeah, I can imagine this is a game where looking away for even a half a second could cost you something.
So I think this is, yep, this is the first appearance of the green spring.
I think this is my first time actually saying hello anyway, but no, I didn't see anyone.
Now, how exactly do those springs work?
Apparently it's daytime in the sky. I don't know how that works. The springs, the green ones just spring you higher.
Do you have to be, like, holding the jump button?
No. You just sort of... Well, you have to press the button at the right time.
Oh, okay, so there actually is timing to it.
The funny thing is, it springs you, like, ludicrously high, but really, really quickly. Oh, I forgot there was a whole another line of coins there. Whoops. Sorry, I forgot my train of thought. What were we talking about? Oh, hey, the 1-up is still here. Never mind. I guess you don't have to clear this on your first try.
I think we were talking about spring mechanics, but
right, yeah.
They're not that in-depth.
Yeah, the thing is, you just go super high really quickly, and then most of your time is spent just falling back down, because he has a very low terminal velocity compared to how fast you spring up.
I'd like to see, like, if you could, like, somehow get out of bounds with the camera or whatever, like, see how high Mario actually goes.
I calculated this at some point. I think it's like a couple of screens heights. And then you just slowly fall down off screen. It's like 2 or 3 screens up in the air. Well, rip that guy. Not sure what his aim was there. Ah, no 1-up. I must have despawned something.
No infinite 1-up trick.
Yep.
It's somewhere in the first level, right? There's like some way you can do the infinite 1-up trick.
Yeah, you can do it in the very first level in this game. It's kind of hard to pull off in the original, so I don't really do it much.
These rooms aren't the same without Mario's face and a big bonus in the background.
Yeah. Imagine trying to make this jump without that second block. And then you'll know what it was like trying to play this blind.
Yeah.
Spent
I would not have thought to check that.
days on this level. This was the
That's
first
not
level I
fun.
got stuck on, playing this on Deluxe. Oh, I should have gotten the 1-up, dang it. I set my coins at 55 for a reason.
Goodness gracious.
At least we're
Hey,
still...
Miles Luigi's come to join us.
Ah, nice. At least we're still net positive on lives.
Oh, you just beat 2-2, which is the level that has that stupid block that.
Yeah.
that just this level for.
Glad to see I'm not the only one. I'm sure you'll have a similar... Oh, wow. See, there's the height difference right there.
Oh, wow. That fish actually just had a spring inside it, probably.
Was your first experience with lost levels playing it on the Game Boy Super Mario Bros. Deluxe?
Yeah, Deluxe was my first version of this, and it was, I think... Well, I beat Mario 1 on Deluxe. That was the first Mario game I ever beat. I think Lost Levels was the second. Before I beat Mario 3 or Mario World on the Advance. So it's kind of funny.
Alright, well, we have a similar experience because it's also where I first played Lost Levels, and yeah, 2-2 stupid block had me, I don't know how long, stuck at 2-2.
Oh, what? Game? I was expecting that to work like a solid block.
Nope.
Why am I doing this? Just waiting for Bowser to jump there. Oh, yeah, this game actually has time bonuses on these fortress levels too, unlike the original. The Super Mario Bros. Deluxe scores you have to hit for castle levels are super low because of that. I think there's a Starman in one of these, and I forget where.
There's always something in these Hammer Bro block things.
That's miss.
Is the Starman timer, like, longer or shorter in this game, you'd say?
I think it's average length. It's the same as the new Super Series.
Is it Mario
10
3
seconds?
where it's really short?
Yes, Mario 3, it's like 7 seconds or something. Yeah, the pipe...
There's a video on this.
Yeah, Higsby did all the math. Mario Worlds, I assume, has to be the longest. It's so long. Yet another 1-up that I barely got. And I'm about to lose at this rate.
I remember that long drop in the, what is it, the sunken ship in Mario World? Where you just fall with a Starman?
Oh, didn't mean to do that. I guess didn't really lose much. Well,
You could get yourself stuck in that little area there.
except
If you were to somehow lose that mushroom.
I mean, it kind of falls in a pit where it's impossible to miss. Dang it! I'll just take the loop again until I end up with a fire flower.
Oh, is this one of those looping levels?
If you keep going through that pipe, yes. So yeah, I already missed one pipe here, and then this spring is the second place where if you, like, go past this flagpole, you'll get stuck in the World 1 warp. They do give you a pit you can throw yourself into, but otherwise that or timeout's the only way to not take the warp.
Also, did that green Koopa turn around at the edge? I thought I saw it do that.
I think it just turned back towards me when it hit the ground.
Oh, that's probably it. It just happened to be right at the edge there.
So I think there's a level where you stomp a red paratroopa over a platform and then it just walks off. 4-3, I think. We'll see when we get there.
No warps for JD Aster, not even the warp that sends you back, which is actually for everyone's back.
Yep. Alright, I ducked. So I have a very tall, small hitbox. Mario can actually go up for air now.
So it looks like bloopers can't go all the way down to the ground. If it's low enough, anyway.
Yeah, if I'm standing in place and if they, like, haven't been under me recently, they can't hit me. Even if I'm not ducking. Now, right now, I'm just using a swimming hitbox. Up until I hit the ground there, I was using a swimming hitbox that made it impossible for them to hit the top half of me. Well, it's cool. We got the blocks. I'll show off the fireworks while I'm at it.
If only 3D World had those blocks.
Yeah, if it's an even number on both the end of your coins and time, you get 6 fireworks. If it's an odd, you get 3. They have to route the coins in such a way in Lost Level speedruns that you don't get fireworks. Whereas in Mario... Wow, that was just bad. In Mario 1, you just have to waste time. If the fastest route would put you at the end with like a 3 or a 6 on the timer.
Frame rules are still a thing, aren't they, in this game?
Yep. It's cool, we just got a 1-up. I know there's a hidden 1-up, or a hidden mushroom block. Here? No, somewhere in this level. I always forget where. Oh, drat, I probably need those coins. Also, I clipped into the wall there. I'm gonna fall on that piranha plant if I'm not careful.
Jumps in this?
Is this where the mushroom is? Man, there's definitely a hidden mushroom in this. Here's where the mushroom is. Okay. Although, maybe I shouldn't have picked it up, because now I'm remembering there's a bunch of coins. Actually, you know what? I definitely want to lose this, because I want to be small for the next level anyway. It's
Why is that?
These coins... Well, I'm going to have to be small anyway. You'll see why. It makes these coins a lot easier to collect if you're small, too. Got plenty more headroom.
Oh, is there like blocks that you can only run under if you're small enough? Like an area like that?
Oh, nice. More fireworks. Wasn't even going for that. Yeah, so this is one of those, like, looping castles. And you have to be small. Like, you have to go underneath the lowest platform. So...
Yeah, doing these castles blind would probably be pretty rough.
And that's not even the worst part about this looping castle. Yeah, you have to go under here, which is very difficult. Thankfully, they give you a power-up. If you think to look there. So here, you have to take the top path. That jump is impossible if you're big, and is a one-frame jump if you're not. I didn't know about these blocks for the longest time, so that is how I beat the level.
Wow. Man.
But yeah, once you know that, it's a very easy level because there's basically nothing that can hit you.
I think I remember making that jump. Yikes, I didn't know it was one frame. I remember it being...
Yeah, I spent hours on car trips trying to replicate that one-frame jump. This was always a favorite of mine. To play on trips. Yep. Okay, that was just not gonna end well no matter what.
It's probably good I didn't have this back on GBA. I had a hard enough time with Mario 3 on GBA.
I should have enough for the 1-up. Yep.
You know, I kind of wonder why they bother making like the like the water like right next to those springs. Like, why not just make it a pit?
Dang it! I almost turned around in time. Up, that's not where the secret is. One of these is a secret pipe. I don't think so, actually. I think this is a secret vine. That's what I was thinking of. Wow. I narrowly avoided death and then didn't jump.
If I didn't know better, I thought you'd be playing as Luigi there, the way you died.
Also, you can't kill Spinies by bouncing them off a block in this game. Also, isn't there a power-up in this block? No, it's a coin. Yeah, that would have been a really silly way to die. I was gonna say, yeah, like, doesn't Lakitu also despawn right about there? If I'd gone just like another screen further. Okay, this time we're gonna do what I tried to do last time. There we go!
Just go right through them. Nice.
Look at me on the far right side of the screen. The camera has no idea what to do.
Playing with the camera. Good show.
I always loved like the 3 coins at the end of this because they're very hard to get.
Yeah, like good luck getting those. Oof.
Yeah, what up?
What level
Silver?
was it in Super Paper Mario that copied that?
Oh, 5-3,
that's-
isn't it? The Kragnon one. Ah, what happened to the jump there? I didn't jump soon enough. Or jump too soon, rather.
It was in a cave, so that sounds right.
Sigh. Oh, this is perfect because there's a coin back here. We finally got the 1-up from the flagpole.
You didn't even need to be at the very top.
Oh hey, I'm in double-digit lives.
Crown 0.
They didn't expect this. I mean, to be fair.
I wonder if that's what
Oh,
the
and
inspiration came in 3D World.
Yeah, almost certainly. Oh, and yeah, if you saw that there, that was me hitting the bullet bill from beneath in midair. So that's, or from above while going up. That's why I got such a high bounce off of it, because normally you wouldn't bounce that high off of bullet bill. Drat, I want that. And I don't want to take a hit, because then it will just be a mushroom.
Come on, duck jump!
Alrighty then. At least we lost nothing. Oh man. Dang it. Now we have. I remember a video where I forget who it was. I think Andrew G. Here's a place. I think this was in NES Remix 2. You're playing as Luigi at this point. So like to clear this gap, I just jumped upward into the Koopa and just cleared this entire gap without touching the ground. Anyway, no, I saw Andrew G throw a fireball at like the kind of chink in the wall where that Hammer Bro's standing underneath the blocks on the pipe, and then like the fireball just went right through the corner. It's way too late to be describing this, I'm sure. Just rewind the video about like 30 seconds and you'll know what I mean. Yeah. About here is where it's really important that the jumping physics are changed. Also, this is like one of the coming up at the end here is one of the hardest jumps to make. Uh-oh. This may be a problem. Time that jump very badly. Yeah. That was gonna be hard to make.
Oh, can you bump into the sides of those platforms?
Yeah, there's solid
Yeah,
on
looks
the
like
sides.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Indeed you can.
Bullet Bill just appeared at exactly the wrong place. Okay, now
It
this
was
is
like, hey, I'll save your jump, and then no, didn't happen.
Yeah, Mario can only ledge grab in the 3D games.
Not 3D World, unfortunately.
Dang it. I don't know if I'm just not close enough to the TV, because these jumps are kind of hard to gauge.
Looks like you need running momentum to clear those.
Ah,
Like you can't stop on those blocks.
I don't know why I jumped back down here. This was a bad idea. Yep. This is the level with the red Koopas that forget that they're red Koopas.
They just painted their shells to feel better.
And now I'm wondering, how many places do red Koopas actually, or red paratroopers actually, like, fly above platforms in the original game? Maybe they all do that, and this is just the only case where you ever have one like that. Yeah, that mushroom is a godsend, because this castle is hard. And this one walled me super hard the first time I was playing the game. You can't warp past this either. You are forced to play this level.
Ah, this
Yeah,
is the
I
one
was-
with the familiar layout of the Koopa Troopas and the fire bar, right?
Yeah.
I remember that alright.
It is very harmless lava. Provided you don't go more than one block into it.
Maybe it's just red water. It's not actually supposed to be lava.
Alright, I'm gonna try to hit this in midair. Didn't, because if you don't hit it in midair, you're just gonna lose all your momentum when you hit it. Yeah, you just kinda have to hope you get lucky with the fire there.
Oh, is it random?
It's kinda random where it ends up. If that had been anywhere else, I probably could have made that. Ah.
Wonder if they made this hard because it's 4-4, like a Japanese thing.
Yeah, death.
They're gonna find a hidden Easter egg in this level like 10 years from now.
You kind of want to ride that into the pit if you're big, because otherwise you're just gonna bonk your head on the wall like that.
None of that. Speaking from experience, I remember if you just hold right on the wall, you just fall in the lava. You don't make.
I assume if you go in that pipe, you probably just warp back to the beginning of the level. I hate this section. Okay, we're good. It's cool, we can tank the hit.
Do those fireballs like keep coming if you just stand there? Like they don't eventually stop?
I think they come at a fairly set interval. Like you get like 1, and then you get 2, and then you get 1, and then you get 3. I probably just wasn't paying attention to where I was in the cycle the first time. Is there a mushroom here, or is this just coins? I think just coins.
Time for wind!
Oh, right. Unless you're playing the DX version.
That is true.
Good old 5-1, it's everybody's favorite Super Paper Mario stage.
Oh shoot, I think I already missed the warp pipe. There's a warp pipe in here with a secret. I think it's the first upright pipe. Yeah, it warps you to here. There would normally be a 1-up on the back of this wall, but I don't think I got enough coins in 4-3. I think it's there, at least.
This makes me think of Tundra Man stage in Mega Man 11.
Nice double 1-up. Maybe able to clear that without using that block. Good night. Can we get a running jump? I don't remember if there's a... I think there's a vine here, but I think it takes you to a warp to World 6, so I don't want that. Yeah, here's another place where doing an upward jump on one of those will save a lot of time, because you can just skip this entire wall. Especially as Luigi. You'll clear it entirely. I think you can also jump over that flagpole to get to World 6.
The warp to the world zone's just past the flagpole and the castle.
Yeah. And this game doesn't have, like, the oversight where if you run past the castle, you'll eventually hit a wall. Like, you'll hit the end of the level at some point in this game, whereas in the original Mario, you would just keep on going. One of these, I'm pretty sure, is a poison, so... Dang it. This is before, Oh, mushroom. I think there's a 1-up in this level, and I've totally forgotten where it is. I know the last block is a Starman, and power-ups will overwrite each other if you let 2 of them coexist.
I can imagine playing this blind and checking every single block slowly.
Yeah.
You'll uncover poison mushrooms. At some point you will.
Yeah, at the end of this level there's a warp to World 7. This block here has a vine that warps to World 8. So that's what you have to take for the fastest route through.
I want to say it was this level, but there was one time where Joel was playing this, and he fell to the bottom of the screen, like where those moving platforms were, and he looped around to the top of the screen somehow.
Huh.
He was also playing the All-Stars version, so...
Yeah, I
definitely to do with it.
I saw TJP, I think, had that happen on a stream once, too.
Like, I don't know if that's intentional, or however that happens.
His reaction
It's
was
like
gold. Oh, back to 10 lives again.
Like, you can somehow loop around with the platform.
Yeah, so this is an endlessly looping section if you don't make this jump, which is a lot harder to do in the DX version.
Why is that?
Because you have to make that jump off of flying things. You have to have a running start to make that jump. Whoop!
Without the good jumping mechanics. The original game's jumping mechanics.
It's cool, we're totally fine. I don't know how I survived that.
Yeah, I'm not, like, too sure of the differences of the DX version specifically, since I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's basically just Mario 1 physics, no wind, and that's basically it.
Did they really just get rid of the wind entirely?
Yeah, and the 1-ups always appear every time you play the stage, even if you didn't get enough coins. Like, they remove the conditions over getting 1-up blocks. I think they appear every time. Wow, 11 lives. Yeah, this one is also difficult, and this is, I think, the last castle I ever beat, just because I always took the warp from World 5 to 6. This and 5-3 were the last two. That is a very well-guarded mushroom, but it's totally worth it. I'm gonna try at least once more to get it.
3 fire bars on top of it. Now, you better be good with your platform.
I think there's a challenge in it's either this or B4 in NES Remix 2, where it's just like, get the mushroom! How hard could it be? It's like, wow, game. Dang it, I was about to do a duck jump over that.
Yeah, it seems like you get hit real easily when standing on top of the fire bar block.
Or hitting it from below, if earlier was any indication. Yeah, we're past the hard stuff. So long as this guy... drat it. I did not get up to walking speed in time to make that jump. Yeah. Okay, that was clean, but I slipped off the block.
So you know how if you fireball a Bowser to death, it turns into like a regular enemy?
Yeah.
Like, is that a thing in Lost Levels, or was that something in the original?
Dang it! Did the same exact thing twice. Yeah, that's a thing in this game, and in fact there are different enemies for Worlds A through D, I think.
Yeah, they're like actually fake Bowsers this time.
I'm gonna go for this one more time, and I'm gonna stop after this. This is one of those levels where I learned to not hold B the entire time. Why? I always just lose it on that fire bar, so I don't even know why I bothered getting a mushroom. Up. You know,
you're gonna need to lose it at the end there anyway, right?
If I'd been paying attention, I probably would have known that that fire bar was going to be in that position, because I think they just appear in the position that the last one you saw was in. Wow, I could have wall jumped there. If I could have saved it. And this is where I lose all of my lives. Not even halfway in.
Ayo.
What's up?
I actually forgot that you were starting this a while ago. And I was actually
Really?
playing
Really?
on-
Really? Alrighty, game.
JD Easter takes offense to that.
Yeah. The jump is easy when you're small. I could probably just run under them at that height.
So basically what you were saying earlier was that the fire bars don't have cycles. They basically just freeze off screen. And it's there whenever you scroll them back on.
Yeah, more or less. Just like the boo rings do in Mario World.
And just having it spawn out of an arrow is like, wow. It's kind of, if you're in mid-jump, how do you even go about dodging that? See?
That was too ambitious, I believe. You know, let's just not get it this time.
You know, I like how there's a passage under there specifically for you to chase after the mushroom and then just immediately die.
I probably could have saved that, actually, if I jumped at the perfect time. Oh, great. Let's
Squeeze
stop.
back to the left somehow.
Guess we're taking the bottom path. Good night. I don't think I've ever taken that path. How do I go? Well, it's just easier to go down here, rather than fight two counterclockwise moving bars. Oh shoot, shouldn't have spawned that. Cool.
Did Mario
Please
1
jump,
have...
thank you. Let me under. That saves a lot of trouble.
Did Mario 1 have those fireball enemies?
Which ones?
The ones that jump out of the lava, just the fireballs.
Just a pot of booze.
Yeah, they're around.
Yeah, those.
Yeah, there are no new enemies in this. Just ones put in different... Well, there's red piranha plants, but those don't really count. This is where I first...
Yeah, they just do 9 damage in this game.
Yeah, this is where I first learned to do the unlimited one-up trick.
It almost
is a
feels like
good
that
spot
Koopa's
for it.
there solely to do that.
Yeah. I think there's a Starman here that I can no longer get, and I think there's a one-up in there that I can also no longer get. I'm gonna see. So long as I don't scroll this off screen, I can get in. How?
Say do a wall
Oh no! You know,
Wait, did you grab that star and then dodge?
Wow.
I hit the Koopa before I grabbed the star. It made the one-up
Yeah.
spawn, which deleted the star.
Is that what happens? God.
Oh my goodness, please reappear. It's not going to, because I already hit it. Wow, what a waste. You know, I don't even want this star now. I'm gonna see if I can get a one-up chain instead. Oh, well, I'm gonna create mega lag! Maybe. Yes! Not all in vain.
Boy, this
Nicely
one is Super
done.
Mario Bros. It'd be a mega mushroom spot.
Dang it, dang it, dang it. Now I'm gonna have to actually fight my way in there. Fourth? Yeah. It's like I remember where most of these are. Just from having played this so many times.
Well, I just figured I'd pop in and see how things are going. Looks like you're having fun.
Dang it, I want to clip through the wall.
Yeah, we're having fun, Aaron. Or at least JD Haster is. You're very good at this game, because if I was playing, I'd probably be having my game over, first game over at this point.
Yeah, 5-4, like, I've had the practice on 4-4. 5-4, that mushroom just serves to kill you about half the time. Yeah, if I had actually clipped there, or, heaven forbid, actually gone to that pipe the way you're intended to, I could have skipped a lot of that nonsense at the end, and the wind would have been gone. Like, it's a water warp zone, but it's totally worth it.
The graphics on the wind remind me of Donkey Kong Country 2.
Yeah, a bit. Just solid color. I mean, honestly, I think it looks better in this game than in All-Stars.
You know, I've only played Lost Levels on All-Stars. That was years ago, though. And
You
my
know what?
brother
I bet-
actually once beat-
I
my
bet you
brother
with this
actually once
hitbox,
beat
I
me
can
in
go
one of
basically entirely through the bloopers.
My brother
I was
once-
about to ask why you couldn't go over the water
Dang it.
there.
About your brother.
My brother once thunked me over the head with a plastic soda bottle after I wouldn't let him take a turn playing frickin' Mario All-Stars when I was younger.
Let's
I
get
had
the
to get
bottom
stitches.
back.
I had to get stitches above my frickin' eyebrow because of that.
Sounds like the type of thing one gets stitches over as a kid.
Yeah.
I am not immune. I know the feeling.
Another time I had to get stitches was when a former friend of mine, when I was definitely younger than that at that point, I actually had an old former friend whack me on top of my left hand with a nail file.
Ouch. Question mark.
Split the flesh right open.
Ouch!
Yeah,
Exclamation point.
Is that a-
Major,
Is that a nail
major
filer or a
stitch-
metal filer?
I think it was more a metallic filer, so that might have been.
I don't even know if that was a thing. I was just making like a hyperbole.
Well,
Ugh.
there's the nail files that most women use, which are like the plastic ones with like the rough sides, and then there's
No,
like
let's not go for those
actual, like,
coins.
iron nail files with- But yeah, because of that, I have a permanent scar over the top of my left hand because of it.
Just gonna wait for this to line up, which may take forever at this rate. Dang it!
This is probably one of those things that's a lot harder than it looks.
Especially in the DX version.
Harder than
Oh
it
my God,
looks.
the DX version. No.
Oh, it already looked
Did
pretty
not
hard
remind
to me. So,
Do
Dang it.
not remind me of the freaking DX version.
Oh, that was
yeah.
not a death that needed to happen.
I yeah, I was really mostly just dropping in. I've got some other videos that I need to catch up on, so catch you all around.
See you around.
And enjoy
Yep.
the stream for any of you who are actually watching.
Dang it, dang it, dang it. Go back up.
See,
There we
no,
go.
He's already gone.
Really wanted to do
Yeah,
this.
is that just impossible to get in the DX version?
It's possible. Really,
It's
game?
really not worth it.
Really,
I imagine.
game? Whatever. If you say so. There's the upward bounce on an aerial enemy. Imagine that with Luigi physics. Dang it. Forgot where I was
So
in the
that's
level.
where Luigi learned the super jump.
Dang it, only one life to get through 6-4. This is gonna be a bear. Unless I can manage to pick up exactly 5 coins. Even though that still might not be. Oh, there's only 4, I think.
And if only Luigi were here to use that Superstar Saga coin trick.
Yeah, it wouldn't have done me much good. I would have had to land it right on the edge of the flagpole. Actually, I don't think you can stand there without hitting it, so... Yeah, I wouldn't have been able... I would have had to really time that well. Also, gosh, going into this big, there's no way I'm gonna survive. I'm gonna hit some random corner and die.
It's funny how much of this game is designed around small Mario.
This game in particular. I don't even remember where the correct path is here. Because I've only played this so many times.
Whatever's the most cumbersome path, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it's top. Just because that takes a little more effort to get to. And if it's not top, I guess it must be bottom. Okay, it's top.
Now, because we're not hearing the audio, and the audience might have heard the cues, does this version of the game have the cues when you get it right or wrong?
Does not.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume this is
Good old
bottom.
muscle man.
Just because you'd have to ride that all the way down here. I'm playing this incredibly safe. Okay, it was bottom. Oh gosh, this jump. This is the worst jump in the game. And I have one chance. I should have waited. I should have waited. What? I thought there were 3. 2, 3. I'm just gonna jump.
Bowser's gotta catch his breath.
Okay, good. We're in. I may just die immediately, so I have 3 lives on World 7. And so I can get the 1-up to spawn. Although, heck if I remember where the 1-up in 7-1 is. Yeah, we'll give it a try. It's not like the rest of World 7 is hard at all. Oh, so much for that. I thought there was a mushroom there.
I like how when you die, you still get pushed by the wind.
Yeah, just briefly.
I kind of always like these mechanics in platformers where you have wind pushing you.
There's where the mushroom is. I'm just being very careful that I don't accidentally clip into a block somewhere. Dang it, I want that star! Yeah. That pipe has a couple of secrets in it, but it's just not worth it. I should
I
kill
can
this guy! Dang it. That was dumb of me. But now I have to fight him for real! Unless, does this have the glitch? Yes! Ah.
Did the Hammer Bros just walk off screen?
No, but their hammers have no hitboxes if you hug the left edge of the screen.
That's very specific.
The hammers might not have a hitbox, but something else that does.
There we go. Now I need to remember where the mushroom is.
Just can't completely cheat.
I feel like a lot of people don't know about that.
Just
That would probably save people a lot of headaches. Does that work in the original Mario 1?
don't know, because there aren't walking hammer bros in
Oh,
that
yeah,
game.
that's right. I was about to say.
Although I've heard that they can walk if you give them enough time. They'll just eventually break
Oh, so it's
formation.
Mario 3 chain chomps. Just stand there for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's like a ridiculously long time, and then they'll eventually break formation and just start gunning for you. I have never actually tested this, so I have no idea if there's anything to that.
It'd be some fun AI if possible. They just get tired of
So I
throwing
need to stay
hammers at you.
hydrated. Sheesh.
I was hoping this was going to be a water level after you said that.
I was hoping
Well,
that the
I guess it
bot
kind
was,
of is.
I was hoping that the bot was going to just appear out of nowhere, like, oh, dang, you beat the bot to it.
Another looping thing. Not really worth trying to get the fire flower, for multiple reasons. So long as you get a mushroom, you're probably good. Ah. There we go. Yeah, mostly because you don't actually need the fire flower. You can get one in this bonus. I like how the coin animation plays on the bottom of the screen there.
Reminds me of this glitch in Mega Man 1 where you can grab ladders that are at the bottom of the screen while you're at the top of the screen.
Dang it, Lakitu, man. This is like the only place you spawn in this level. That's apparently not true. I'm waiting for him to just throw one right on top of me. He's just playing the long game.
Good grief, that was a high jump.
Please don't... Okay, it's like, please don't delete my platform, I need that. Sometimes it just deletes this sprite. But instead it deleted the piranha plant, so that works. Okay.
Reminds me of this speedrunning glitch that was recently found in Earthbound where you despawn one of the roadblock sprites in ONET.
Yeah, time for the infamous level. Oh, that's not running speed. Guess I'm taking this one at walking speed, too.
be
The
fair, you
infamous
could
hold
say-
right level.
You could say one of the infamous levels of Lost
Yeah.
Level.
In this very infamous game.
Well, time to go back to 7-1, because it's this game. Hopefully this doesn't take me too many tries. This is the downside to playing on this.
I mean, at least you don't just go back to the title screen.
Feels so much more satisfying. When you beat this version, though, because of the whole... At least you don't get limited continues like Mario 2. Yeah, we'll show the top area. Actually, no, we won't. Up. Okay, just barely got him.
Ironically, making them walk seems to make them easier in almost every aspect.
I'm just gonna jump. Dang it. Didn't even get hit by the hammer, bro. The paratrooper was perfectly placed there. If I'd gotten the mushroom I was attempting to grab, that wouldn't have happened. Oh gosh, he's gonna jump. Well, now there's no one-up. Ah, man, there's no mushroom. Great. There we are, just wait a little bit.
It still looks like a really precise jump between them.
Oh, it is. Like, that was the dumbest possible way to approach that, I'm sure, but...
You make it look so simple.
Maybe it's consistent in a speedrun, I don't know. Probably frame rule dependent. Oh gosh, did I desync these guys? Yeah. It's not a bad way for them to be desynced, though. I'm always not holding right there in case I accidentally bump on the block, because then I could go in the pipe without getting the fire flower. Not that the fire flower helped me out much last time. If we can do this in one try, we're in a better shape than last time. great. That's exactly what we were going for. Nah. See, there's a piranha plant there now. Of course.
It's weird how that one wasn't, like, popping out of the pipe earlier.
It despawned last time. It did not this time, but I didn't know that, because it hadn't appeared yet.
I always forget Mario 1's logic of, if you get hit while you have a power-up, or, well, a fire flower, you go back to small Mario immediately.
Yep. Let's try to do anything except what we did last time.
Or no, I was thinking if you grab a fire flower as small Mario, you don't get the fire flower.
Game. Just let me keep my fire flower this far in to the level, would ya? Ah, man. Yeah, true to form, World 7 is just where the game gets ridiculously difficult. Like, before this, the castles in World 4 through 6 are there, but the rest are like, I don't know, kinda difficult? Once you know the levels, they're not bad. That's totally a lie. 4-3 and 5-3 are also very hard.
This is Lost Levels we're talking about, it's all relative.
I mean, provided I can beat it this time around or next time around, we're still making good pace. World 8 is hard, but I have enough practice I should be able to beat it in a couple of tries, no problem. Says the guy that hasn't played this game in, like, years. Wow, are you gonna get hit by a fire flower today? What on earth?
That should be a mechanic in Mario games where if Lakitu hides in his cloud, he's invincible.
Totally forgot what I was doing there. That was fun. Well, now we know that the 1-up is gonna spawn if we get to the end of this level in one try. So maybe let's not try to get the mushroom the way we did last time. The wind is really obnoxious there. Stopping that guy without hitting the piranha plant on the ceiling is way more difficult than it needs to be. Why? Why am I just not allowed to not take a hit there?
It's like that Chief Sheep is just, like, always programmed to just be there at the worst time.
Can we get this
Clearly.
and still get the 1-up? Probably.
Have to wait for half a second longer as the solution.
At least we can get through this in one try now. What? What did I even stomp on?
That paratrooper there.
Oh, how? Probably having the larger hitbox, my head hit it when I was descending. When that would have been a kill, as small.
I'm more concerned how you didn't get hit with those hammers.
Yeah, hammers have like a hitbox roughly 30% of the time. Alrighty. At least I didn't fall in the tiny little gap. I don't know how I managed to fall off there. That time I did, of course. Yeah, honestly, this is one of the few sections that might be a little easier in Deluxe. Those two are just not lined up nicely for a perfect bounce pipe. You have to slow down a little bit.
Could you not just ride the platform and then just jump on the second one?
It just feels like there's just too little space between them. How? That was a beautiful miss there. How did I manage that?
Apparently, paratroopers also have a hitbox 30% of the time.
Yeah. The one thing that Deluxe did have going for it is that you could continue on individual levels. You can nearly just jump that without the paratroopers.
I'm honestly surprised this game, like, has a mechanic that saves your progress at all.
Okay, I guess you can do that. That just feels really, really dangerous. Oh, I clipped into the block there.
Blocks also seem to have very strange hitboxes sometimes.
Oh, now you've got a hitbox, Lakitu. It's not freaking, like, do whatever we did last time.
Stand there until you hit him with your fireball.
I hate this level because random things despawn and I just totally forget what the layout of the level looks like because of it. From that point on in the level, it's just totally random whether things want to show up or not. Let's not stomp the Koopa. That's probably a lot easier. I forgot about reds.
At least everybody is now getting the true Lost Levels experience.
Yeah,
Lots
it
of
took
death
long
and
enough.
Lots of game over.
At least it's not until World 7 that it started happening.
Yeah, if I died in 5-4, then this would have been a lot worse.
I feel like this is how 2D Mario goes for a lot of people, where you're just on a streak where you're breezing through the levels, and then you hit a roadblock, and then you suddenly can't beat the levels.
Yeah, this was...
That
This was...
roadblock is actual breeze, as you can see right here.
Yeah, this roadblock is a breeze. Please don't jump to the bottom. Thank you. That's cool. We can just get the fire flower the easy way.
You know, at least the despawning thing isn't as bad as Super Nintendo Yoshi's Island, where red coins can despawn.
Yeah, now this is a lot easier now, because you can just kill the dang things from across the screen.
I noticed that everything in this game, the hitbox seems a lot smaller than you'd expect it.
Oh yeah, that's the whole beauty of this game. Hitboxes are just non-existent. Yeah, and I guess that works against you in the case of Lakitu.
Yeah, as we've seen.
What?
Because I saw your feet like clearly
You
graze
saw that,
a red
didn't
piranha plant, and
you
didn't
saw
get
that
hit.
there, didn't you?
That stutter?
No, did you see the fireballs bounce off the bottom of the water?
Oh yeah.
What on earth? Is there ground down there? I'm not about to find out.
Mario's just a really bad swimmer in this game.
I always forget, are there any coins in this upcoming section? If not, I'm just gonna get 22. And hope that I can make it all the way. And just manage to land exactly on the right, timer time.
You know, I never understood why some games just, like, they don't have the timer tick down in seconds.
Yeah, in this game they're like 24 frames apiece.
I'm just like, why? Why bother?
Now there's a piranha plant, and now I can very clearly see there's a piranha plant. I probably should have tried to go for the 2. Would have been difficult to do with that little of a running start. I'll just take the victory with 3 lives. Yeah, this time we're not second-guessing ourselves. We are going to assume we're going to hit that thing at running speed. I don't even know how I bounced like I did last time. I don't think that's going to be enough to be able to skip.
What if you did the super bounce off an enemy while you were going up from a spring?
Then it would kill all of your momentum and you'd just immediately die because you wouldn't go nearly as high. Woo! That shouldn't have worked. Like, this is just not worth it. There's no reason to get that.
And yet it did.
I hope that was far enough. I'm gonna risk it. Nope. Wasn't worth it. Also, this
Oh,
level
I was
is
so close there.
mean and
What a
only
shame.
has 10 coins. Yeah, you have to be very precise to get that. See, the thing is, you just have to guess where you come down if you come down early. Alright.
You know, I was assuming that you're always in the center of the screen, but I guess that's not the case, is it?
Nope. If the screen is moving, you're between 84 and 110 pic. See, I thought I was far enough over there, but apparently not.
Those jumps looked insane without the springboard.
Yeah, you just can't pass that. There's no way you can pass that. Alright, game. You know, I'm just going to try to pass as much as I can. I wasn't expecting to be able to pass that much. Well then. Now we know. Do we aim for the Koopa Trooper, or do we just do that legit? Aim for those tiny little firebar blocks. Yeah, this might be the hardest world. But World 8 is also very hard. Yeah, maybe we won't get to World A through D tonight at this rate.
Yeah, that's why I asked before we started, because I'm like, when people get stuck in lost levels, they're there for a good while.
I keep jumping up there and forgetting that guy's just gonna spawn anyway. I've almost died so many times to that guy. Starman is just such a jerk move. Yep, you just gotta have to guess with these guys where they're gonna be. Like all the lag that happens there when he's throwing 10 billion hammers and you're throwing fireballs.
Does this game even have any green piranha plants?
Not after starting in World 4 it doesn't.
Like, I didn't even remember seeing any.
I still don't understand what those fireballs are bouncing off of. There must be a sprite down there. There we go. Maybe we can get lucky with the timer this time. Keep forgetting you don't jump high enough off those that kind of paratrooper to hit that guy.
Wait, do you bounce lower off the green ones?
On Earth, where does your hitbox go? It's like it despawns just his hitbox. That was almost bad. I did not mean to throw that fireball. Oh great. I'm not gonna be able to make that now, am I? Nope, just barely. Oh man. Like, if you just barely mistime your jump input... Like, that was me trying to hit jump like a frame too early, and then accidentally falling with the platform for a bit. Also, you can't shoot fireballs if you're above the screen. This is not running speed. Am I gonna pass enough of this to get to the spring? Okay, good. Oh man, yeah, you have to really fight the wind to get that far back on the screen. Yeah, this is just such a tough level because you have to just sort of guess where you're guess where you are based on the screen scrolling. Let's try to not jump short here. Okay, we're mostly home free. There's just one more jump here. Don't I have 3 lives this time, too? Oh, nice. Fireworks that don't mean anything.
It's a good thing the
To the
wind
castle.
stops there. Like, the
Yeah.
wind just stops at the
Yeah.
end of the level.
Yeah, the wind stopping before that firebar jump is nice, but it's not nearly as hard as the jumps before it.
Because before that, I was going to ask if you can use the wind to just go over the firebar blocks.
Do I have 2 lives or 3 currently?
I was not paying attention.
Oh wow, those were very well synced compared to what they can be. This is very hard to pass. But yeah, normally you don't have a flower here. Normally I'm just used to having to doing really awkward jumps to not fall into
Yeah,
these bits.
This game really rewards you if you keep the fire flower.
Oh shoot, I should have... This gives you a 1-up. I shouldn't have killed the last one.
Only with the quintessential statement. Huge contrast to falling to 1 tile wide gaps from that one Mario World hack.
Okay, we are...
There's quite a few Mario World hacks out there.
Okay, we are very home free. This is the easiest 7-4 has ever been. Wow. 7-4!
Cough. Super Paper Mario, cough.
Like, this level is infamous. This is like the hardest level in the first 8 worlds, I would say. Having the fire flower at the end just makes it trivial.
Congratulations.
C4 is even harder, because they add, like in those little, like,
Because they
areas...
had explosives.
Yeah, basically. If you get through those little areas with the, How did I not get... No, right, fireball. I know how Buzzy Beetles work. Hello. You're still there. But yeah, like those little tiny alcoves that have the fire bars in them have blocks placed in their corners. So you can't just sort of hang out there and wait for them to pass overhead like I did. Alrighty, game. Yeah, one of that massive line of blocks at the beginning had a mushroom in it. I think the 7th or 8th. Wow. The double bullet bills. And now this jump is gonna be murder! That jump is so much harder if you're small. There's a 1-up down there. I don't have the coins to get it. This is a pipe to World 5. And we're basically home free if we don't die to a bullet bill.
You know, I was about to say, like, isn't there a level in Super Mario World where you have to, like, ride 4 bullet bills over a pit by bouncing off them? Like, oh no, that's just Kaizo Mario World.
Yeah, I do not trust myself to make it from this lower platform. We are going to jump. We are going to jump from this. Ooh, alright.
I feel like you could make that,
I
but...
probably could, but I'm not gonna
Alright.
trust myself. Yeah. Yeah, this level, this is the sole reason that Deluxe is way harder to beat.
To another infamous level, well, especially in Deluxe.
Yeah. That has a mushroom in it, and I just totally failed to... Oh, nice, I flipped it right side up again.
I like the fall-like colors here.
Yeah. I think there's hidden blocks around here, but I forget where exactly. Oh no, they're here. One of them is a poison mushroom, so it's totally not worth it. I forget what the other one... It's a coin block, and I thought it was to the right! That was almost bad. Oh, so, wow. Wind. I think I may just try to clear that wall entirely next time.
I think that's what they're intending you to go for there.
Yeah. In Deluxe, it's actually easier to land on. Wow. How am I not hitting that block? I'm just coming slightly short.
I just assume that everything in this game has, like, a small small hitbox in the middle of the sprite.
Alrighty, game. Don't take my jump input. Can we hit the mushroom this time, please? It will make the jump at the end much easier. Thank you. I don't think you can quite get a 1-up off of this. Yeah, you can only get up to 8,000. Rather mean. I don't think you can get that Koopa in there. How did I miss that jump 3 times? Spring just refuses to spring. It's cool, this level's easy.
It's broken.
I totally didn't get totally lucky the first time through. It is the 7th. Probably shouldn't have done that. I saved it.
Yeah, I'm spoiled by spring mechanics where you just have to be holding down the jump button to bounce higher.
I just gotta wait for these things to light up so I can actually get out. Look at that fire flower. I totally can't get. So why is it even there?
How did that top cannon shoot 2 bullet bills that quickly?
I'm just gonna hope that I have that Koopa spawn right now, because nope. Yeah, that jump is very, very hard. If you're small, you have to jump at the last second or pre-scroll it on screen. Yeah, Darby and I ain't, or any of the other Lost Levels runners. Some West now, I guess, is the topical one.
I remember Big John's GDQ run of this. It was really fun to watch. I forget which year that was, though.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, I'm a bit behind on when it comes to GDQs.
Yeah, I think the lineup for this next one is pretty good. I don't remember what's on it.
Did they recently release the lineup? Because my friend was saying, like, hey, there's something GDQ coming up, and, like, I thought that wasn't until months later.
Yeah, it was fairly recent. Thank you.
Like, the actual event is in January, I think.
Yeah. Yep, I tried to jump too late. It's cool. World 8 is pretty difficult, as it turns out. Once I get past these first 2 levels, it's not like the last 2 are difficult or anything.
I'm also spoiled by Mega Man, where you can just have, like, his left toe on a platform and you're still standing on it.
Bullet bills are the worst.
I'm still wondering how earlier the top bullet bill cannon shot 2 in quick succession somehow.
Yeah, ignore what I was saying about that being much easier. It's somewhat easier to make that when you're big. I'm just surprised.
Imagine this is a level where Luigi has an advantage.
Yeah, he can make that jump a lot easier. It's a shame I can't switch without going all the way back to the title and then losing all my progress. Probably also
the other Mario 2.
He probably also bounces up to the top of that and doesn't have to deal with these bullet bills. Why did that go right through him? What? Where was his hitbox? That looked even weirder.
Oh man, that was ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah, if this was the other Mario 2, you could make it even tougher by choosing Toad.
Hey, Toad's alright.
I see everybody pick Toad. I never see somebody pick Luigi in Mario 2.
Hey, Luigi is also alright. They're really the only 2 characters in that game, if we're being fair.
Well, I say that, but I've never seen somebody pick Mario in that game.
Oh wow, I got a 1-up out of nowhere. Wasn't even going for that.
Once and only once, just to see the difference between Toad and Luigi.
Hey, Mario I pick on occasion when I need a slightly higher jump than Toad can muster, and Luigi is just not worth the slipperiness. Peach is, like, actually worthless. There's, like, one level where it makes sense to use Peach. Every other one, Luigi can do exactly what she can do, better. Oh.
Is she any good in 3D World? I feel like her float is, like, way too short in that game.
Yeah, it's also very slow. Okay, we made that with no problem this time.
For players who struggle with trying to keep their footing. For people like, I guess, us, I would state Luigi is definitely your better buy.
I picked Mario that whole game, but I should have switched it up a little bit.
In 3D World,
I don't
or
see
in,
what benefit Toad has in that game, though.
3D World.
Yeah, I don't really know what Toad does better than
What's
Mario,
his-
honestly. I feel like he just gets up the running speed slower. Maybe he's slightly
Yes.
faster.
No, apparently Toad is the fastest of the characters you can choose, so... His top speed
But he
is really
probably
what
has a low jump, so what does it matter?
Ah, man.
This is the lowest jump, yeah.
This is... I should have practiced this level earlier, because I had a strat for this one. I think it's just, like, literally just jump. You're just...
Yeah, I remember this was the level where Joel just ran the whole time and somehow made it through. Like, no problem.
I don't know what I thought I was doing there. Normally, I'm used to Lakitu being out of the way there. I don't remember why, though. Does he just go away if you... I thought there was a Starman here. It's probably here. And now I can't get it. And now, back to 8-1. Excellent.
Dang.
We're making progress, though. Now I remember how to play 8-3.
Good.
Assuming that is the Starman that I think it is, the rest of the level is pretty easy from that point. Like, it's just a couple of kind of tight jumps. Nothing like the one in this level. And nothing like the enemy. What? At least the piranha plant despawn, that would have been a lot harder otherwise. I'm glad they give you a way to take out that hammer throw, because this would be much harder otherwise. Nice. And now I've scrolled that guy on screen, I have no idea where he is. Of course.
Yeah, he was in the perfect position to where you just barely miss him.
So much for one-up strats. I actually missed the mushroom that time.
You know, something about Mario Galaxy I always wondered is, does that game have, like, a mechanic where if you jump on enough enemies, you get a 1-up, or is it just confined to that one planet?
I don't know.
It's like, that's the only time in the game that counter pops up, and I'm just like, is this actually a thing in the game?
I believe you can get 1-ups if you chain them, so...
That's the only time in Galaxy where you'd ever be able to do that.
Yeah, I wonder if Mario Land 2 has an option for that as well. I know Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Country 2, I think, also does, if you jump on 8 enemies in a row, but when are you going to do that?
When you're corrupting the game and the enemies don't die.
Like, I believe in, I think, Donkey Kong Country, there are 2 ones that I remember where there are literally 8 enemies in a row, and I just got a 1-up from that. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks for that.
Yeah, it's basically handed to you in at least one bonus area, and you can do a glitch to get infinite lives off of Crusher.
I don't exactly remember, like, humorously, I don't remember the specific level in Donkey Kong Country 2. I feel like it has something to do with maybe an animal buddy, but I don't want to go that far because it's been a while and I just don't remember as much as I remember Donkey Kong Countries.
If you're going for the animal tokens, it's not like there's any dearth of lives in DKC 1 anyway. Can I get past this guy? Yes. Okay. The rest of the level is easy, except this jump, which I normally don't even have to do. Okay, yeah, that's also easy.
So, you know,
Is DKC 2 like much harder than the first one?
I would say that Donkey Kong Country 2 is a little bit easier, but that's just me.
I always hear like different opinions. Like I hear some people say 1 is easier, and then I hear some people say 2 is like
I'd
much
say
harder.
1 is easier, but I've also played it like 10 times. Maybe not 10, but I've played it several times. I've played 2 0 times, or once all the way through.
It's amazing to me how the, I guess, addition of a character or the character that can actually stall your jumps really makes a difference in my play. So that's why I go with Donkey Kong Country 2 being easier.
Fair enough.
Then, of course, the whole animal tokens, and you mentioned them in Donkey Kong Country 2, let's just push you all the way back to start, or your last checkpoint. Disregard how hard the level is.
Hey, but if you know where the X2 tokens are, you get like 6 extra lives, so it's...
That's true.
Hardly a setback. Oh man, I forget, is there a platform there? I think so, right? That's what I'm seeing.
Back to me. Snow barrel.
Ah, sheesh. Almost walked right off the platform. Well, I was trying to land on that little bit of ground so I could just get the 1-up.
I like how Mario 3 has the same like cloud platforms with the flat top there.
It's better than just seeing a whole bunch of just generic clouds like you do in
We're just gonna take the hit, because we know where the Starman is. That's a poison mushroom. Now we know! The Starman is later in the level.
You didn't even see that mushroom, and you just died.
That's a poison mushroom. Please jump, thank you. That's also a poison mushroom! I didn't even know that block was there! Great. We are relearning this level. There's also a normal mushroom 3 blocks left of that, but I don't know if it's particularly useful. I'm gonna scroll that guy off screen. I'll grab it. And there's also a vine there that I'm not gonna bother with. This is the star!
I'm imagining, like, what if they incorporated, like, the dark stars into the 2D Mario games somehow? What would be the opposite of invincibility?
I forgot how dang high you had to get that jump. Great. Well, now we actually know how to beat that level. 8-4, at least I know where the trouble spots are. There's basically only 2 of them. Not to say I can't die in the first room, but the only really difficult spots are in the 3rd and 4th. How is that Bullet Bill still here? I'm just gonna take the bottom path. Oh, I forgot there was a mushroom there, dang it.
This Bullet Bill is just gonna be there the whole time.
Yeah, I'm gonna use it for Bullet Bill glitch, obviously. And then die, because there's nothing to the left of the flagpole. Making progress. Oh,
I was hoping that those puzzles from Mario Galaxy where you have to lead a Bullet Bill somewhere, that was the last I'd see of them, but then Odyssey had a few of those.
Oh, you can get a 1-up from that. Well, that's useful knowledge. I thought the chain would reset if you stomped.
Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't, huh?
I haven't missed that jump yet. If this were deluxe, I would have been through this first section about 30 times by now. Righty, now we have 4 lives going into 8-3. We can't possibly die now. We've died in every possible place.
Make sure you don't eat those words when it comes to 8-4.
I was trying to duck under that guy, it didn't quite work. Yeah, vine there. It'd be great if the Starman just, like, instantly killed you when you try- I just jumped short. Shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, they should bring in the Zatars, or however you pronounce that.
I mean, like, because you would normally bounce off that Koopa. And then I went and died. So, I shouldn't joke about things. I forgot what I was doing, and now I'm probably gonna die. Never mind, I despawned all the enemies. That worked. Alright, let's actually jump off the end of the platform this time. Oof. Maybe not that close to the end. Okay, how far is that? That's probably too far! Gosh, this jump, man, with Mario. You have to perfectly get that height set. Cool, I have 2 more tries.
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, why didn't you just jump to the right one? And I'm like, oh yeah, you probably have to have it raised, don't you?
Yeah, I tried that last time, it didn't work out. Forgot.
Yes. So much of this game comes down to, like, knowing what you have to do ahead of time.
This is very execution-based compared to Mario 1. You can sort of play that. Whoa! That was not nice. Okay, this should be good. There we go. Man, if I hadn't gotten that one coin in 8-2, I would have had 2 more shots at a 1-up. And now because I'm big, I'm probably just gonna instantly die.
Yeah, good luck on the first jump.
Okay, that's not what we were going for. Oh, you know why that worked? Because I hadn't jumped yet. If I had jumped, I would have jumped way higher. Isn't there an invisible block here? I must be thinking a D4. Yeah, I'm thinking a D4. There's no jump. There's no block there. Yeah, in Mario 1 and Lost Levels, if you don't jump at the beginning of a level, then the first time you walk off a ledge, your gravity is way lower. So I just slipped off the edge there, but it was cool, because I was able to accelerate backwards in time, because it took longer for me to get there. This is where the mushroom is, and I don't know if it's worth it, frankly, because it makes this corner jump a lot harder.
Yeah, I feel like that mushroom's just like a trap or something.
Yeah, I could try to be cool and bounce off the side of the wall, the side of the screen there, but that's really risking it. I know there's an invisible block here with a poison mushroom, and I can never remember where. There might be 2 of them actually. And it's not like the poison mushroom itself is much of a problem.
Aren't those platforms in the lava like way harder to see in All Stars?
Yeah. Okay.
Because it actually looks like lava in All Stars.
This is the jump. I hate this game.
That's
Well-
exactly why that one tile gap is there. Oof.
Yeah, there's the big hole. You got right past that, and then there's the little hole.
This level seems just like designed around small Mario.
Yep. I mean, it's not really much of a problem. If you can make it to that end pipe alive, you're basically home free, because you get a free mushroom to pass up one of the Bowsers, and the other one has plenty of headspace, so there's not really too much of a problem. Yeah, that jump is a little tricky, but it's not that bad if you're small. There's the invisible block. Say what?
That corner jump. Can you make it if you just slip off, or do you have to do like a small
No,
jump?
no. You'll have already jumped. You will almost certainly die if you try that. See, I don't think you can make this if you just go gung-ho with a single... Ah! I'm kind of surprised it didn't work, honestly. Well, back to start we go. It's gonna be that one jump that kills me most of the time.
So it's weird how that Parachuba was like blue. I don't remember seeing that anywhere else in the game.
Yeah, green palettes just don't like to exist inside, not outside levels.
Except war pipes for some reason.
Yeah, that's a different green. That's not a sprite green. You know what? I love that the Hammer Bros started throwing right, because once I went off the bottom of the screen, I just kept going right. He flipped directions because I was still moving underneath the screen, probably.
Got to make sure that you are actually dead.
You're still going and going.
Yeah, his X value has not stopped going right. If I could get through the beginning of 8-3, well, oh, didn't mean to go down here.
I was about to say, hey, you could have saved that bullet bill to bounce off.
Dang.
One life. Do I just immediately die and go for the 3? I think that's the
Yeah,
safer
because
bet.
you, if you didn't, you would get a lucky streak where you make it to 8-4 without dying once. and then you would die at the very end.
I didn't want those coins.
There's like no 1-ups in World 8, is there?
There's a 1-up in this level, actually. I should probably be going for it, now that you mention it. It's after the
I
hammer
was
throw
about to ask,
section.
'cause it's like, World 8 just kind of turns into like you're stuck in this purgatory of losing to World 8-4 and then going back to the beginning.
Yeah, that makes it a lot easier, probably, actually, now that you mention it. I probably should have been doing that to begin with. I mean, if you can manage to survive that far with a mushroom, getting the 1-up isn't that difficult. If you get hit by the first hammer throw, then you're probably better off just trying to tank everything. Just as well, because beginning of 8-3 is going to make you...
It's not until Paper Mario where Mario becomes a tank.
Oh man, I should have waited there and gone for the 1-up here. I forgot about it again.
Yeah, I'd say right now your priority should be 1-ups.
Alright, slip off the vine there, Mario. Twice, why not? Why don't you? It's perfectly cool.
What, his hands are sweaty, you can't blame him.
I mean, mine are, that's for dang sure.
Yeah.
Claw grip on this dang Wiimote. This sort of game is what the Wiimote was made for. Oh, you know, I don't know why I did that. I have to go above anyway. Well, I did manage to make it. That's a
I don't know,
poison mushroom. I remembered it just in time.
My hands get kind of sweaty regardless of the game I'm playing.
Skip it. I don't really need the power-up anyway. In fact, it'll probably make the beginning of 8-4 easier without it.
I do like how you first got hit and then you picked up the poison mushroom.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
just
I was gonna
just get it out of the way. Barely made that.
It's too bad poison shrooms don't have a random chance of, like, powering you up.
Yeah, 20% chance of a max heal. Just 99 lives. Hey, 4 lives. How can we lose them all? Yeah, I'm just gonna do the jump. The jump resets your gravity, but the jump is just practice for the third room anyway. I don't even know why I went for jumping above, like, the lower path to the pipe with a big mushroom. I don't know how I even made that jump in retrospect. Normally you go above. Oh boy.
Alright.
I made it through that room 3 times in a row. That's kind of impressive, honestly. Ugh,
You know, it's a good thing it doesn't matter, like, how far above the piranha plant you are.
You know
It'll
what?
stay in its pipe.
I almost clipped into that poison mushroom. That block is being a pain.
Yeah.
With this palette, it looks like that ghoul shroom from Super Paper Mario.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if that was the inspiration for those, honestly.
Yeah, now that I think about it.
There we go, we made it. Now we have a mushroom, we're probably good. Let's
I
not...
wouldn't be surprised, because even the zombie mushroom variant has the same palette as this game.
You know what would be the worst? If there was an invisible block here to make you fall into that. Oh boy, well, guess we're doing this legit.
Thankfully, this isn't Mario Maker.
Because if you do fall in there, there's no way out. You gotta go back to the beginning of the level.
Really? Dang.
You have to take the pipe, I should say. Like, you're just trapped there.
Yeah.
Alright, we're good.
Invisible
But
block.
then you wouldn't even have enough time to make it to the end, would you?
Oh yeah, you're probably pretty strapped. Because I'm at, like, half my timer right now. Oh hey, I made it here with 4 lives. I get a 400,000 point bonus.
Congratulations.
Pieces paved.
I was about to say, like, and we saved Peach's jukebox or something? Whatever that was.
They do say Luigi in this, but they don't bother to make it rhyme if you beat the game with Luigi.
Yeah, Luigi's a lot harder to rhyme with.
Just confirmed, this is a 4-player game. I just got points for 4 players left. Also, this is the first version of the game where there's a key change in this. And they actually reflect that in the All-Stars version. In fact, it actually changes the pitch of the sound effects if you decide to save during this portion. And this is also
That's bizarre.
This is the first version of the game as well that has like the extended version of the theme, like da 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 ya ba da da yum ba da dum bum ba da. And they brought that into the Mario 3 version. Also, we get to try 9 World with one game. If I die in World 9 and don't get to show all of it, so help me. Yeah, don't bother trying to hit those. You can't.
Nice
Welcome to
invert.
Game Genie World.
Welcome to Minus World.
I thought that was the underwear.
Of course. Well, that was World 9. See ya.
Well, that was a stream. Have a good day, everybody.
No, hold on. We gotta at least attempt A through D. That was only an hour and a half. A through D, I should, in theory, be practiced on, because I tried speedrunning A through D Warpless for quite a while.
Yeah, you had a lot more of a rough time with the first half of World 8 than 8-4.
Yeah, 8-4, I've played so many who knows how many times.
It's one of those levels that you just
Like,
never...
again, 8-4 and 7-4, they're so infamous, but I beat them, like, with relatively little problem just because I'm so used to having trouble with them. 7-3 is still awful. Even if I don't die as many times on it, it's something like 5-4.
Again, just like Super Paper Mario.
This is a different bonus area for the letter worlds. Actually, I think this might be the one in 8-2 as well. Nope.
Good old steak sauce world.
A1. Just drops you right by a 1-up. Very nice of the game. You can do 1-up tricks here if you are very creative with how you break the blocks. I was going for the normal 1-up, but I don't know if I can do that anymore. Okay, I can. Oh, interestingly, in the All-Stars version, they make these kind of like World 8, like A through D don't have checkpoints, and like the Bowsers throw hammers. In this game, that's only World D that works like that. A through C are just kind of normal worlds. No hammers on the Bowsers, or no hammers on the Bowsers, and no, there are checkpoints.
I like how there's no top to that warp pipe there.
Yeah.
Nah.
Removed from Super Mario World Central. So this is just obnoxious.
It's probably a lot harder than you made it look.
Yeah, that level gives me trouble. That was one of the more problematic ones, honestly, in trying to speedrun it, so I always just started on a seed that gave me a good A1. Like, I just started the game at the right time to get a good pattern for A1. Can I grab this?
Is that a poison mushroom?
That's a 1-up. I wouldn't be waiting if it were a poison mushroom.
That's what I was about to ask.
Dang it. I think that one of the NES remix challenges is getting that mushroom.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of that challenge where you have to, like, follow a mushroom while it's overhead.
Not the 1-up, the normal one. Sheesh. How did I survive that?
Jeez, JD Aster.
Let me just sit here for a minute. Yeah, maybe I'll show off, after I beat this, assuming it won't take me long, I'll show off a little bit of Luigi on the letter worlds as well. I won't beat the whole thing, but I will at least show him off. It's a mushroom on this platform, if memory serves.
I like how high those cheat sheeps must be jumping out of the water to reach the sky.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, this level actually has a warp zone to world C if you just clear the flag, which you can do despite how low a jump I made at it. I think you can do it just with the spring. Yeah, I don't think you need the Koopa to get over it.
Did you just say the Cooper? Got Paper Mario in the brain.
Not as hard as 5-4. Still a bit obnoxious. Really? Ooh, barely made that. I like how you can knock out a Potaboo with the Koopa shell. Doesn't do anything, because it just comes back anyway.
Comes right back.
But you can knock it out for points. That was ridiculously asinine. I don't know how I managed to miss that jump. I managed... Yeah, this is another one of those sections where liberal use of not running is useful.
There needs to be more sections like that.
Yeah, this is a lot easier when Bowser doesn't throw hammers. It's just a little wall to stop you from taking the really easy path to the axe, but other than that, it's not that bad. Man, I wish I could carry fire flowers to these bosses more often. Because I haven't even shown what one of the Bowsers turns into. I don't think I've gotten a single, I don't think I've killed a single one with a fire flower thus far. One of those probably has a power-up, not gonna figure out which. I think there's a one-up in here. And I figured that was gonna happen if I tried to get it. Good thing I had a power-up. Just the lower one is a 10-coin block as well. I think they're more sparing with the poison mushrooms in the A through D worlds as well. I don't really know what
ironic.
The idea behind these worlds is, honestly. In some facets they're harder, in others they're just like an interesting take.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Whoa,
to me,
I just fell right through that brick.
It feels like they're let's do whatever worlds.
Like, you can confirm, I did in fact just fall right through that, didn't I? Like, I should have landed on that. I don't know why that happened. Making good progress, though. I don't think I ever had a deathless run of Worlds A through D. Like, I did a lot of runs. I think my best was only dying once. Have I died in a water level yet? I shouldn't be tempting fate, but I don't think I have. The secret is, water levels are actually kinda easy. I wonder how much trouble you may have had with them as a kid.
It was only Mario 3 where the water levels gave me trouble. And then even then, it was only like 1.
Mario World, they're super easy, because you can just hold up or down to make just very fine adjustments to your speed. Oh nice, I get a 1-up.
Mario World only has like how many water levels? Like 2 or 3?
At least 3, but 1 you could just literally... No. 5 if you count Ghost Ship. There's Soda Lake, there's... I'm not gonna try to count them.
Isn't Soda Lake optional?
Yeah. I mean, I guess most of them are optional, actually. The only one that I think you're...
Now that I think.
The only one that you are forced to get if you, well, the only ones are Forest of Illusion 2, which you can skip. And, can you skip it? I don't think you can. I think you have to beat it to get to 3. I don't remember. There's a lot of secrets in...
There's one room in Bowser's Castle that has water.
Oh yeah, but that one's very skippable. And then there's the sunken ghost ship, obviously.
I feel like everybody takes the same path for Bowser's Castle in Mario World.
Oh, I'm curious what yours is then.
It was that room with the spike pistons that you just run through.
Oh, I always did 8 because it has a cape in it.
It's been a long time since I played it.
Okay, now I've got a fun jump to make. Oh, the edge of the... Man, the edge of the screen was closer than I thought, and it messed me up. Yeah, this level is difficult with Mario. Just gonna lose all my lives on B3 before I even get to the hard stuff. Yeah, this one would be
Boy.
much easier with Luigi. There's a couple of really tricky jumps like that one.
Well, it doesn't help that those springboards look so finicky.
Yeah, let's not fall down there if we can help it. Okay, now the fun.
I wonder if those springboards inspired the red note blocks in Mario 3.
Now the fun! Thank you, random bullet bill. There's no way it would have made that jump otherwise.
That's all that bullet bill exists for.
That jump is basically frame perfect. And I was very much early. Like, that is the hardest part of a Warpless A through D run. Okay, I'm not going for this mushroom, because why would you ever? Actually, no, I gotta go for it once. I got 5 lives. This is a trivially easy level. No. Why would I do that? That's so difficult. I guess the rest of the level is so easy. I'm going to do it one more time. I'm probably gonna lose it on the way out.
I was gonna say, you're just gonna hit the fire bar on your way out. Either that or the other fire bar that's waiting for you.
There we go. And I didn't even grab it. I was trying not to hit the block in case it
just
took my
went right
mushroom
over
away.
you.
I was trying to jump low enough to not hit the block.
It's kind of bull.
Yeah, this is not a repeating
Then you
pattern.
needed to be smaller anyway.
The game tries to trick you into this being a repeating pattern. It is in fact not. But the last pipe does take you to World D. I am not gonna go there. Yeah, this is the only remotely hard part of the level here. Okay, and the rest of the level is easy. I think you have just a totally free jump over Bowser. There would be hammers there.
The rest of the game. I'm gonna be heading out.
Yep. You're not missing much, trust me. This is where I'm gonna die 10 billion times again.
Take care.
That water bottle noise was almost in tune with the timer.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
I was wondering what that was.
Oh, that was a chair. My gosh.
Yeah. This means I'm running low on hydration. I don't know what I thought was gonna happen there. That should have been rather obvious.
You were hoping he'd despawn.
No, I just probably miss it like that mushroom misses.
Yeah, this is a fun level to run through. Until right here. Then you're gonna make some really
Until it-
precise pipe jumps. And then right here is not what I was thinking of. Here is also not what I was thinking of.
We'll eventually get to here.
Although that here is not very fun either. Truth be told, I honestly don't remember what I'm supposed to do in this level. I do remember that. That happens a lot in this level. When I was playing through this the first
How
time...
did you turn around like that?
When I was playing through this for the first time, that happened about once out of every, like, 3 times
Does
I
that
continued from the
Koopa,
half
like,
point.
not bounce off the pipe sometimes?
Oh, I shouldn't have done this. I think you're supposed to jump under. Yeah. Well, that's a kind of tight jump. Yeah, this level is tough. And the rest of C is not much easier.
What about D
Starman.
then?
I don't want that Starman. Should have taken the Starman. D is not as bad, honestly. D is much easier than C. D1 is kind of hard, and there's one obnoxious jump at the end of D2. D3 isn't too bad, and D4 is just 8-4 on easy mode, basically.
Good old 2D Mario sporadic difficulty.
There we go. Let's take the 1-up, please. It's gonna be an invisible block right above me with a coin in it. It'd be great
Like,
if
I noticed 2D Mario doesn't have like a difficulty curve. It just has like those couple really hard levels.
Yeah, it depends on the game. Like, I feel like a lot of the hard levels... I don't know. I feel like Mario 3 had a pretty good difficulty curve, honestly.
I don't know. That game had a couple like random levels in each world that would give me trouble. I can't tell you the specifics though, since I
I'd
don't
say the
remember them.
frequency of them increases rather linearly, though. I hate this level so much. This one is just random. If you try to take it at a slow pace, the cheap screw you over. And if you try to take it at a fast pace, this guy gets in your way. World C is where most of my most of my would-have-been deathless runs died. And
What's
lot
the
of my
opposite
runs
of a deathless run? That's what this is.
Most of my warpless attempts died on this level. Yeah. Should have taken the warp in B4. Thankfully this gap is here. Got what I was doing there. Okay, so you can just make that at full speed, though. Too late. You basically have to super guard that jump.
Either that or have Dodge Master on.
Gosh, I think I was playing the Game Boy Advance version of this when I was waiting for X and Y's midnight release. I'm just remembering this. That was during the time I was doing those warpless runs during grad school. Yeah, I have like not the deluxe version, but the Famicom Mini port for the Game Boy Advance. It's like the classic NES series, but Japanese. And it was honestly not that expensive to import. I actually got that before any of the Virtual Console versions came out, so that was the only way to play it in this form before then.
Is this on Nintendo Switch's subscription thing?
I don't think so.
Is it just Mario 1?
I assume so. That was a clean run. Can I just repeat that every time? I should have taken the 1-up. What am I doing? I have 0 coins. And 0 is a multiple of 11.
You know, before we started this stream, I saw a thing on Twitter that posted, was it Tierno from Pokemon X and Y's team, like his last team? And his Roserade only knows Pedal Dance, that's his only move.
Koopa Troopas. Didn't even make it to the halfway point, dang it. Move to the left! Just move once to the left, so I don't have to wait. Gosh. Okay, the first half of that is...
Yeah, they combine enemies where you have to run with enemies where you have to slow down.
Yeah, and then the rest of the level is just completely different. The first half of this level and the second half have nothing to do with one another.
I guess you stopped running over a body of water at some point.
I hope I can make it from here. It's like, hope I can make that jump.
I'm surprised there's no invisible coin block there.
Yeah. And guess what level this is? This was fun the first time. Yeah, this game just doesn't repeat levels, except the worst level.
Wait, is it just the same level repeated? Really?
With Lakitu. Not that Lakitu does much, because you're in the air most of the time.
I was gonna say, I feel like if anything, Lakitu is gonna
Why,
help
what,
you know where
what
you
is
are.
this? He despawned the freaking spring!
Oh my
I take it back!
Oh.
Oh my goodness. This level is absolutely the worst now.
And here I just said Lakitu is like helping you if anything.
Oh boy, how does one deal with that? I feel like I have to
better
kill
luck.
him here. He freaking despawned the spring. Can't believe that. I think he disappears after this. Please, please tell me he disappears after this. Not that it matters, I have 1 life, so I have to clear this anyway. That's not far enough to skip the next spring.
I like how he just goes left off screen like he forgot he had something to do.
Alright, we have 1 try for C4, and I didn't practice at all.
Don't explode.
Feeling so good about this. Not looking forward to this. I'd better get the 1-up every time. Oh gosh, they added an extra fireballer there just to trip me up. Oh, these are not in a good position. Please don't continue putting them at that height. Not looking forward to this because I know what comes later in the level. Okay, we might get the 1-up. Nice. We get another free pass.
Phew.
So this is just the same as that one castle, almost.
Yeah, but you note... How is one supposed to do this, you might ask? You can do it while small if you start running in exactly the right place. You can do it while big if you do that and also do like a frame-perfect duck. But that's very difficult.
Wow.
So you're mostly stuck with hoping you get through this. But at least this Bowser doesn't throw hammers, but apparently I'm gonna die anyway. Ugh. I forgot he didn't throw hammers until it was... Alright, I have the extra life. Good. I have another shot.
Calm yourself now.
This level is the worst. Like, hands down the worst castle. No question. 7-4 is already difficult. I thought I didn't make that jump for a second. It felt a little too short. Oh, great. Well, I can still get the 1-up at least. Okay, time to hope I can time that right. This one it doesn't matter, but I might as well use it for practice. I hope this is the right place. Okay, yeah, that... Ooh. Okay, good. On to World D, which is a lot easier.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like, well, I can't say anything, but it's mostly just that one fire bar that's the real evil thing in that level.
I mean, all like the last 3 fireballers are all horrible in their own way. Oh, I thought these walked. They do in the other version. In the All-Stars version, they walk, so I was thoroughly confused there. Of course your hammer decided to be solid exactly that once. I think I got when I got to this point in my Warpless runs, I would just like run and hope they spawned at the bottom. Or at the top, rather.
I feel like that's your best bet, honestly.
Shoot, I think there was a 1-up on the other side of that. I jumped on the wrong side. I think there was a 1-up on the other direction there. This mushroom is needlessly difficult to grab. Unless you're Luigi. I keep... Yeah, barely. That's like the world's hardest corner jump. You know, I am not going to risk this. I'm gonna jump from here.
Yeah, it's always been strange to me how you jump higher if you have momentum.
Yeah. And it's pretty considerable with Mario. Okay, good. I got a free one up. The free one-up's gonna work like slow shrooms. You have to jump a second early.
Sluggish shrooms.
None of this
One
custom
of those
dice
slow dice
nonsense.
I was about to mention them again.
Here, I thought you were talking about HP regen or something.
Alrighty.
Oh my gosh.
That's what these games need, a mushroom that makes you grow slowly over time.
You just gain a pixel every couple of... Oh, Dread, I forgot. I think you can get up there to that platform if you take a running leap from the cannon before it. One of these has like a vine in it. These are things that would be much easier to get to if I were Luigi. Once again, let's not worry too much about it. Here comes the jump! There was no spring there. I'm like, wait a minute.
Was there supposed to be?
There's supposed to be a spring here. It's like something's amiss.
Oh, wow.
It's like, the jump isn't that bad.
If I didn't know that, I just thought that was intentional. Like, oh, it's a hard jump. That's all there is to it.
That's a very, very hard jump. I feel like even with Luigi, you couldn't clear that. Not even with a wall jump. Yeah, sometimes that shell just doesn't want to go in the right direction, and it's just as well. There weren't enough enemies to kill for a 1-up anyway. This level is just jank. Go for the secret this time. There's a mushroom in here, but I can't get it if memory serves. No, I can. Good.
I was like, is it at the top of that zero-shaped block?
Oh, I thought it was! It's 10 coins there. That's where I thought it was. Alright, we gotta spawn the... Hey, there's a spring this time. Okay, made the jump. That's actually way more difficult than it looks. Because you have to cut some of your momentum. You can't make the entire jump, I'm pretty sure. So you have to just perfectly land on that block. Even with Luigi, you can't make it because he's got the same spring physics. Ooh. So yeah, this game doesn't have an 8-3 equivalent with a zillion cannons and hammer bros. In 8-3, so they put it in D3 instead. All the castle backgrounds and all that. Also, some of these have very long strings of bricks that you can barely notice, because the brick block is like 1 pixel different from the castle background. I'm gonna die if I stand there too long. I shouldn't have done that. I'm waiting for those to despawn. Yeah, you just have to get lucky with these hammer bros.
Reminds me of a section in World 8 in Mario 3. With like that same arrangement of bullet bill cannons.
Yeah, 8-1 kind of takes inspiration from 8-3 and D3. They both went down. That made it easy for me. It's like, cool, I can just corner jump my way out of this.
Yeah, I remember one of the things Joel complained about All-Stars was not being able to like jump over piranha plants easy.
Oh yeah, that's the worst. All-Stars changed the hitboxes.
Yeah, since
so they work
have
like they
actual
look like they
hitboxes
should.
now.
I was ducking there, game. Have it your way. I'm waiting for that to shoot. Do we have 1 life or 2? I don't remember.
1.
1. Excellent. Yeah, this may be just easy mode 8-4. Like, it's like, oh, we feel bad for making you do that horrible jump. Yeah, let's make it easier. Let's give you a mushroom. It just starts out like literally easy mode 8-4. In fact, this isn't a repeating pattern. Just go to the end.
Oh goodness.
Why does... Like, why... I don't understand. Does Big Mario not jump as high? I did not have a running start. Great. Guess we're redoing all of World D over that little jump. I'm just gonna, yep, not take the lower path, because that's not where these guys ended up. It's cool.
Only did ask whether if smaller Mario did jump higher.
I don't think that's normally the case, so I don't know what happened there. Okay, let's double check. There is in fact a 1-up here, right? Yeah. I just missed
I
it
think
last time.
you just barely didn't meet that threshold of having enough momentum on that platform.
Yeah, it must have been.
Threshold.
It had to have been really close.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're probably like a pixel or two away.
This mushroom is the worst. It's like just barely possible to grab that with Mario from a stance. That was just not holding A long enough. That was entirely my bad.
It's funny how on my end, it was like you were talking about that mushroom in the bonus room. I was like, oh, can you just barely get through those blocks?
Yeah.
Maybe there's a way, I don't know.
Just clip in. Shame this.
But then you'd be trapped in there.
You know, I don't know what this skips, but I'm just going to assume it's 10 billion Hammer Brothers. Probably actually sends me backwards in that. How? How? I kind of want to die just to get my 3 lives back. Wow, I still had momentum there. Why do I keep jumping there? I totally don't have to jump. Gotta wait for these guys to line up. Yeah. Well, you can just barely make it over that piranha plant there. That's hitboxes at work. Like, I don't think it's even really that close. You've got a decent amount of clearance there. I really like the skidding noise in this game. They changed it from the original Mario 1, and it sounds so much more like it's a louder noise. So it's like
I didn't even know there was a sound effect like that.
Yeah, the original, it's like a high-pitched squealing thing. It's just a lower-pitched version of that in this game.
It's like Luigi's slip sound in Mario Galaxy.
It's like it's much more, it's easier to react to it actually reading your input correctly. That jump, man.
That dang Mario.
I was about to say, it's like, what if the springboard just makes it harder?
It definitely does not. There's no way you could make a jump that high, even with Luigi.
It's either a hard jump or an impossible one. Take your pick.
One of these times I'm gonna miss this mushroom. I mean, the mushroom doesn't change anything anyway. It just makes the beginning of D3 slightly more bearable. Ah, landed and then slipped off. Alrighty, for real this time. Yeah, World D is easier. I've probably gotten as many game overs as on World C. Because of that one jump. I'm surprised the beginning of this level isn't harder than it's been. I should actually see where this goes. Like, how much of the level this skips. It's very possible it skips, like, literally nothing. I think I hit that bullet bill cannon. I probably would have taken the hit otherwise. I also shouldn't be grabbing coins in that bonus room, because I could easily get to the end of the level with 0 otherwise. By the way, the commentary doesn't have to all be about the game if we want to, like, make my dying in D2 a little less boring.
I know, this is pretty entertaining, but I don't have anything interesting to add.
I can actually not have to worry about bumping it backwards this time.
I was gonna say, like, recommend playing the New Super Luigi U as a follow-up to this game. I mean, that game's pretty much is Lost Levels too.
Wow, I lost like all of my momentum when I let go of the run button before jumping on the spring, so let's not do that
Super
again.
Mario Brothers, the lost momentum.
The momentum really isn't too much of a problem, except when it absolutely is. Surprised
I'm just like really curious what like the next 2D Mario would be like. That isn't New Super Mario Bros. I mean,
at this point, I kind of clipped into that block there. At this point, I'm just curious what they're gonna do with this point with the 2D series anyway.
yeah, it's kind of what I mean.
Same.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what's after New Super Mario Bros?
Ah, didn't time that right.
Are we gonna get New Super Mario Brothers Deluxe HD 2 or
We're just gonna add another subtitle
Yeah.
every time.
because it totally needs more.
New Super Bros. There's like 2 operative words in the title. Mario Brothers. The rest are all modifiers. The Super is part of the series name, at least.
It's like we've gone from Super Mario Brothers to World to Land to Galaxy to Odyssey. It's like, what's after Odyssey? How can we get bigger?
Legend? I don't know.
The Legend of Mario Brothers. They just completely changed the gameplay formula in the sequel, specifically. And everyone hates it. They're like, it should go back to being like an RPG spin-off.
Oh, God.
I don't know. If there's one thing Mario's proven he can do, it's have different gameplay genres and do it pretty well.
It's one thing we know that he can.
Yeah, Mario
It's just-
RPG.
Yeah, exactly.
Who'd make one of those? Who would buy that? I can't remember
A
the last
Mario
time I've
board
entered this
game?
level with a
Sounds
fire. I almost hit that guy. That was not my intent. Yeah, that time I got a higher bounce. What happened last time?
Trade secret.
I should start the jump from back there. I don't know how I didn't have enough momentum to clear that gap. How did I lose that much momentum on that jump? Like, I should have just been going at full running speed that entire time. I like how the fire... Like, it just retroactively removes the fireball. Okay, this is the meanest jump. And unless it doesn't spawn a piranha plant, then it's not that bad. Normally there's a piranha plant in that pipe. There's a mushroom in one of these, I think. 4th from the end, maybe? Nope. Cool, we'll do it legit. Look how this completely goes, like, off the bottom of the screen. Even in All-Stars, you go completely into the lava there. Nice!
Yeah, even in All Stars, it's just the lava is not actually a thing.
Oh, that took, like, half the time. I guess that makes sense. It took half the time of 8 worlds to play 4 worlds.
Well, yeah.
Density of hard levels was a little higher in the last 4.
Undoubtedly.
Oh, I had 4
I mean-
lives again.
I mean, the fact that you weren't stuck on 8-4 for like 4 hours is a success automatically.
Again, 8-4 I have so much practice with that it's really just those 2 jumps. The corner jump isn't really even that bad, I guess. It's really just the one at the end of the 4th room. Maybe the corner jump at the very beginning.
It's funny how with like any hard level in a game, you develop like muscle memory for it that never goes away.
Like freaking tubular. That was the hardest stuff back as a kid, and now it's just like there's like literally one hard jump, and it's one like all of my deaths in tubular now are before the first power balloon. Once you get the power balloon, and
Or the perfect run from Galaxy 2.
Easy.
It's like, it's not that bad.
alrighty, let us see a little bit of Luigi. Not in the A through D worlds, because I accidentally selected the normal
You know, I
ones.
imagine that the last stretch of the perfect run in Galaxy 2 with the Hammer Brothers is a lot easier now with that like kick thing that apparently Mario can do.
I know,
the long
freaking
jump.
right!
Oh my
I should
God.
What is
stream
that?
that
I've-
sometime. I don't remember.
I need to just turn on Galaxy and see if I can do that. Like, is this actually a thing? Has
Yeah.
nobody known about this for years?
Yeah, Kimimaro made it up.
But then again, it's like the way it looked in the video was that like he like spun and hit the Hammer Brother.
Yeah, you, like,
and then
spin
Mario
and
automatically
do-
kicked it.
You spin and long jump at the same time, I think. Right into an enemy, basically.
But the way it looked in the video was that he hit the Hammer Brother with the spin, and then Mario automatically kicked him in the long jump. Was what it looked like, but I could be wrong.
Something akin to that. So yeah. Honestly, like, the difference between Mario and Luigi in this game is kinda hard to tell if you're just looking on these early levels. I don't remember if
Yeah,
there's a...
some things are only really obvious when you're actually controlling it.
Yeah, let me reset and play the letter worlds instead. It's just gonna reset all my stars. Now I gotta beat the game 8 times.
You're doing this to unlock Champions Road.
Oof! How did I get 8,000 points? I must have bumped that that Koopa shell from beneath. Yeah, you'll note Luigi takes forever to stop skidding. This is the game that introduced that. Before Mario 2 was Mario 2. Also, Luigi's apparently just incapable of getting 1-ups from chains.
Luigi really is hard mode.
Oh, I lost so much progress from that respawn. Gosh, I remember a speedrun Darbian was doing of this. I think it was Darbian. He hit those 3 Koopas in perfect sync with the music. It's like, dut dut dut.
It's like before all those Mario Maker levels were a thing.
Oh man, I need to find that clip. I may have already posted it in the Discord at some point. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Warp to World B. Show off B3 with Luigi, because that's the starkest difference, really. Yeah. You'll notice that spring physics actually make him jump less high than his standing jump. if you don't hit the A button.
Luigi is a springboard. And speaking of Luigi, I really want to play Luigi's Mansion again.
Yeah, it's been making the
Yeah, that's
rounds, I
why.
suppose.
It's like Fat Guy's LP came at a good time. He's also like the first person I've ever seen play Luigi's Mansion who knows about all the secrets and money locations.
Yeah, I never played that game. I think I ended up selling it for something, like, it was one of the first games I got for the gifted for the GameCube, but like, I don't know, like the exploration thing just didn't gel for some reason.
Yeah, I just like how many hidden things.
See how
are in
easy it
that
is to
game.
get up here with Luigi? That was a nearly standing jump. I just sort of easily made it on top. Hey, warp zones are in this game. I'm not just making them up. I'm gonna die to this 1-up. You know, I'm not gonna go for the 1-up. That Koopa's just guarding it.
1-ups. Remember when those were a thing in Mario games?
Yeah, that's...
It makes me wonder, like, if every Mario game now is going to have infinite lives, what are they going to do with 1-up mushrooms?
I am going to test whether this brick actually exists, because that's the second time I've fallen through it.
I mean, there's plenty of NES games that just have invisible floors.
Okay. Just the left half drops you through, apparently. Like a Luigi just instantly got up to speed with trampoline physics. I bet you I could jump that as Luigi. Yeah, Mario can't make it that high. Even with a fully running jump, he can't quite clear a 6-block tower. Whereas Luigi can jump like 5 blocks with a standing jump. Actually, let's test this. Oh, well, this is underwater. This is not an ideal place to test jump height.
Is Luigi gonna drown faster too?
Yeah, like in Galaxy 1. You just spam.
That's such a weird thing.
Gosh, I hate that Galaxy 2 just nerfed the heck out of spinning underwater. Just makes the
Yeah,
water
I
levels
love
so much
swimming in
more
Galaxy.
boring. I mean, Slimy Spring is cool, just because of the aesthetics, but
Yeah, it's a shame too, because it's like, I love like the music and look of the water levels more in Galaxy 2.
alrighty, game, if you insist. I'm not gonna get to
Now I
B3
just
at
want to
this
listen
rate.
to Cosmic Cove Galaxy.
Yeah, that one is nice. Even though the level itself is super ridiculously boring.
Kind
Like,
of is, yeah.
easily the most boring one in the... I don't know. Hightail Falls gets annoying when you do it 3 times in a row.
It's true.
Like, you essentially do the same mission for every one of the 3 stars in
I
it.
don't really like any of the B levels though.
In which
Like,
game?
I don't even remember their names.
I like the B ones alright.
It's more that I just don't like B Mario to begin with that much. It's eh. It solely exists so you don't have to do frame perfect jumps on flowers.
That is more fun. Well,
Man, I need to try that.
bet you 10 to 1, I'm just gonna die before I get to any of the hard jumps. Look at the height of that jump. See this ridiculous jump I had to try to make with Mario? Easy. Standing jump with Luigi. And the jump at the end that was like frame perfect with Mario. Easily clears it. By nearly a block. And then dies in the pit. That's what happens when Luigi gets cocky. Anyway, that's been pretty much all of Lost Levels. Also, I like how the options there are continue and retry, which kind of both sound like they should do the same thing.
Yeah, right? There's no quitting this game.
You can only try again. Because it knows you'll come back. This is 1986. You got nothing better to do.
Now I want to listen to Try Again from Dream Team.
My gosh.
Well, that's like my favorite battle theme of the series.
But yeah, this was a fun one-off, I think. Yeah. And my
I'm
two...
sure a lot of other people wouldn't feel the same about Lost Levels.
Yeah, and I did
Well,
beat...
just a nice, relaxing game of Lost Levels.
I did beat the whole thing in only barely over 2 hours, so I wasn't too far off.
Congratulations.
Now, next stream is going to be a nice, relaxing game of Kaizo Mario World.
Yeah. Well, I think I will put a poll up for vote. I am going to be very, very heavily biased. Like, I'm just going to insert 10 of my own votes in there. But, yeah, though. I'll put a poll out just to gauge interest in what people want to see next. And I may start streaming some on Saturdays more, because apparently people just don't come to the Wednesday night streams.
Well, maybe people are usually less busy on Saturdays.
That or my chat has been broken.
In theory.
No, it doesn't look like anyone's posted anything in chat.
Except in YouTube, though.
Oh, have
I haven't
people
seen
been
the
posting on
pop-up,
YouTube?
though.
Yeah, you got a couple ones. Olmi was here.
It's weird.
Oh.
I haven't seen like the pop-up thing.
Yeah,
for
was
it,
the
though.
was the pop-up on screen? Well, it doesn't matter. Anyone's just gonna watch the stream on YouTube later anyway.
True.
I haven't seen any Twitch comments though.
Yeah, there don't appear to be any.
Yeah, I sure haven't. That's what I've been watching exclusively.
Yeah, maybe the. Oh, you know what it is? I probably just forgot to put the restream chat on the 4x3.
Is that what it is?
No, that can't be right. Oh no, because this is 4x3 with the Wii capture. So no, yeah, it's probably not there. Well, at least when you're watching it on YouTube, the replay, it'll have the chat by the side.
Was posting in Discord.
No, I mean, I had forgotten that you were talking about with him. But yeah, that would explain why I saw nothing on the stream. I will try to remember to fix that. Anyway, this has been JDH64 and
Cloudy
Cotoms.
Dark Mario 1000.
And some other people who were here earlier.
See you guys next time.